Hi, this is Unlimited Access. My name is Levi, and I'm with Shannon Aylesworth, founder and CEO of MyHealthHatch. So, Shannon,
Hi.
hi,
Good morning.
good morning. Kind of morning. Big problem in the industry, in the medical world, is that people do not understand their medical records. And I know for me, if I were to go open them up, I don't think I understand any of it. I guess I can read, but even doctors' handwritten notes are hard to read
Mhm.
sometimes. So that's a big problem. Tell me more about what's going on in the industry.
So medical records, the way the EMR, the electronic medical record system was built was that it was intended to be a communication platform in between doctors and nurses and anybody else in the medical community. Those people are trained, educated in medical terminology. The rest of us are not. So what happens is while they want to expose the records to patients because we all want our data now, it's in medical terminology, so we don't understand, and I went through this with my mom, couldn't understand what WBC was or a lipid panel or so the big fear, the medical community was to expose records that people don't understand. "Oh my god, my numbers are way out of whack." And so they have over time really started to give you that data. We all get that data. We all get to have that data, but they try to add education to it. The challenge is, again, the systems weren't built for that. So, really, what happens is there's a disconnect between what the medical providers can see and understand and what the patient understands. And how do I take action? And if the doctors want you to take action on your health, how do you do that if you don't understand what you're reading? But their systems don't allow them to do that. It's really a challenge for most people. It's, hey, I want my records, but you really can't do anything with them. You just run around and give them to the next doctor.
There's this idea like when I get my medical records, I feel like I'm in possession of something really valuable,
Yes. Yeah.
but it's not valuable to me, but it affects me.
Yeah.
How will people get value out of their medical records? So, say my medical
Mm,
records are now in my possession.
yeah.
Today, it's not valuable to me to some extent, but it can be. What's that look like?
Yeah. So what's really cool about what's going on in medicine is they know more and more about our bodies. And what they need us to do as patients is put the pieces together, the puzzle pieces. We is 6 out of 10 adults have a chronic illness. That chronic illness is not going to kill you, but it is going to affect your quality of life. And in order for them to help you improve your quality of life, you need to understand what triggers you need to put into play in your own life. So for me, I have gut issues and I'm always looking at, okay, what comes out of my numbers is important to my health. So I can then zero in on what I need to do to feel better and to improve on my health. And so, how do you understand those records? Look at what's important to you. And the only person who knows that really is you. They say the patient advocate for the patient. We all go in and we see a doctor and we forget every question we've ever had. But being able to arm you with that information on what does it mean? What's important to you? What's going on with your life? When you go to the doctor and they diagnose you and they do this like little it's like a process of elimination, they want you to be able to do that as well. So that's what the goal is of giving you the records and then giving you the information on top. The problem is that information on top to help you interpret that to say, "Oh, today I don't feel well because this is going on, my sugar's too high," all these things that are going on in our health right now. The healthcare crisis is how do we make sure you have the information to understand what is important to you? That's when it becomes valuable. People collecting the records is valuable to help the next doctor when you're in an acute situation. But in a chronic situation, lots of autoimmune diseases that need daily work.
So it sounds to me like what we're working on at My Health Hatch is having that education in one spot. So if I see lipid numbers on one side of my app and I see, oh, here's a long-term trend of my blood pressure or whatever,
Yeah.
I can click on that. And I don't know how the app is functioning toward it yet, but there's education. What does this really mean to you?
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll do a couple things. One is we'll look at, you'll check the box and say, interest. This is what I'm interested in, either as a caregiver or as a patient, or I'm worried that I might have diabetes, or I'm worried that I've got this in my family. So we'll go, okay, tailor what education you want. We'll go out, we're almost gonna do an algorithm search engine to go find credible sources instead of google.com. Go get credible sources around the medical community that say, if you want to learn about something, here's that data so that you understand what might come down in your history, what you can do to prevent it. But then also what's going on with you today, especially in a chronic illness. What's going on? Your sugar is high. What are things that you can do? Data coming back from the medical community saying, if your thing looks like this, here's some action plans. That's what the information education is. It's not, hey, let me teach you about the disease. It's here, let me help you figure out where you are today. And here's So based on what you say, the medical community recommends you take some of these steps to feel better, get control, call your doctor. We're not going to diagnose. We're going to say, hey, you're in an acute situation. Go to the ER or call your doctor at this point. So the idea is at the time of you seeing that, and at the time, especially like Fitbits and all that, you're going to get data. What does this mean? You know what? Maybe it means nothing. Maybe it means you should call your doctor. So that's the goal. And we'll continue to refine that as we have customers give us feedback.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And I think about, in summary, it's not only having that education in one spot for me and my personal health, but again, I think about the caregiver.
Yes.
As the caregiver is going to have all of a sudden be looking at my mom or my dad's or my child's
Yeah.
information, and I could share that with my family, and now we're all on the same page. We're no longer this everybody in their own little silo. It'll be all in one location. So
Well, yeah, and it's documented, and everybody says, the doctor knows. If Shannon translates it. I just took my dad to the doctor because I wasn't sure if he had a stroke, if he had something else, and they did the tests, and the doctor said, "Do you have the portal? Let's talk through the education. Let's do this." He taught me about it, and now I have to translate that for my family. It'd be great if I could just go, "Here it is. Here it is, guys. Here's what's going on with dad. He can't drive anymore. Can somebody pick him up?" And that, yeah, and being able to enable the caregiver in that scenario, and also to be kind because I should say empathetic, I guess is more the word.
thank you so much, Shannon.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. My Health Hatch is about making sure you have all of your health in one place. We believe that people make better health decisions when all their medical info is easy to access and understand. And so what we do is we put all your records, your data, your appointments, and even this education that we talked about today all in one app and make it easy for you. That's it for today. Thank you for watching Unlimited Access.
Thank you.